For today's hike in the Chugach, Darwin and I decided to hike up the Ship Lake Valley Trail and take a peek down into that valley just to see what it looked like. From the Glenn Alps parking lot to the back end of the pass, it's about 6 miles with about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. 4,000 feet will be our highest elevation today, and that's right about where the cloud ceiling begins. To get oriented a little bit, we started at the Glenn Alps parking lot and then went 2 miles up the Powerline Trail to the second bridge. Cross that bridge and head up Hidden Lake Trail. Here's where things get a little tricky. The Ship Lake Pass Trail intersects right in that area where the trail wants to cross a creek. I'll show you a little bit later, but as you'll see, the trailhead is not marked and it's kind of hard to see. So as it was, my path took me up Hidden Lake Trail and then up a spine that leads up to the ramp until I reached about 4,000 feet, at which time I crossed over to Ship Lake Pass. On my return trip, I did find the Ship Lake Pass Trail and took that down. Got to smell like a dog. There's a tent down there by Lower Hidden Lake. Currently I'm hiking up the spine that leads to the ramp. The ramp is a ridge line that's actually behind O'Malley Peak. We're looking back to the west towards Fire Island, and we're at about an elevation of 4,000 feet, which is pretty much level with Ship Lake Pass summit. And since I still don't see a trail here, we're going to go ahead and traverse towards the back. Right now we're panning down into the valley, and somewhere down there is the trail for Ship Lake Pass. We're looking down into Ship Lake Valley, and clearly we're a little bit ahead of schedule, so we'll wait it out here for a bit. Well, that isn't too bad looking down there. And one of the interesting things about Ship Lake Valley is that you can head down in there and go to the left around the backside of this mountain, heading down into Indian Valley. And that would be about a 15-mile trip. You would just need a car parked at either end. The area up here at the top of the pass is so wide open that you pretty much just work your way down the center of the valley until you find an established trail. If you're up here in conditions like this, make sure you're heading out on a compass heading of due west. You're going the wrong way, Darwin. That's better. We're on the established Ship Lake Valley Trail, which you will find on your way up the valley here, just to the left of a very small creek that runs down the center of this valley. So I'm back over here where I was taking all the pretty pictures of the flowers and everything like that, right along the creek before you start really heading up into the valley there. And it's easy to see why at least I missed this particular trail, because as I pan over here to this bush, and right there, that little black thing, kind of like going up the hill right there, that was the trail that I was on. Pretty easy to miss. But that one goes up the center of the valley and maybe up on top of a little spine rock pile, and it's just underneath. You saw where I climbed up the ridge, and this trail is actually just below that, more in the valley, but just below that, not quite so much on the traverse that I was doing. Do you remember earlier that majestic shot of a clean golden retriever? Well, this is what they look like after a hike. Well, that's pretty much it for this hike out to Ship Creek Pass. It's 12 miles round trip going out there and back, and if you want, you can knock off about 4 miles by taking your mountain bike and biking down Powerline Pass to this second bridge. They do have a lockup down there, and just bring your own lock, and yeah, you can kill it. Well, that's it for this time. Remember to leave no trace and be safe.